In the state of Maine, you are hereby requested to notify and warn the inhabitants of said town of Acton qualified to vote in town affairs of the special town meeting described in this warrant. To the voters of the town of Acton, you are hereby notified and warned that a special town meeting will be held at the Acton Elementary School, 700 Mills Road on May 9, 2017 at 7 o'clock in the evening and act on the following warrant articles. Article 1, to choose a moderator for said meeting. For nominations for moderator. Looking for nominations for moderator.
I nominate Richard Nass.
Richard Nass has been nominated moderator. Seconded. Are there any other nominations for moderator? Once, twice. 10. We know that moderator has to be voted on by written secret ballots. We need a minimum of 3 people to vote. Does anybody else wish to vote for moderator?
So what we're doing is mostly school articles tonight and one ambulance article or fire department article. So that makes it a special town meeting as opposed to just a school meeting. So there's also on Article 14 a written ballot. We've done that in the past on school requirements. Pretty sure after this time the fact that you're essentially by written ballot approving the budget. We've given up last year the right to go to vote on it. That won't happen this year. So everything that happens on the school budget and this ambulance article is going to happen here tonight. Not going to be any second chances anyplace else. Okay, everybody should have a voting red card. You need to hold up your red card. You should also have a little white piece of paper on Article 14 where when we get to that, that will be the voting ballot. Why don't we do our pledge of allegiance? The flag is over here. Everybody can stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, as usual, for rules and regulations for the town meeting, we'll follow the Maine Moderator's Manual. It's a very simple set of rules. Part of that is recognition that we may have some folks here who are non-residents who may, there's my ballot.
Don't worry, I got you.
You got it? Okay. You want to speak. And so, unless there's objections, the following people. Jennifer Rue is our town clerk. Jonathan Ross, who's our superintendent of school. Jonathan, thank you for your hand up. Tim Oliver, who's our finance person. Thanks, Tim. And Steve Johnson, the fire chief. All those folks are non-residents and may speak. Unless there's objections. If anybody objects, we'll go go through the process of voting. The rules require a 2/3 vote. Seeing no objection, we'll allow those people to speak if it becomes necessary or if they desire to speak. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the process or procedure? We'll start with Article 2. See what's on the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for regular instruction. The school committee recommends to expend $2,726,501 for regular instruction. Warren Finance Committee recommends to expend $2,726,501 for regular instruction. Is there a motion on Article 2? Judy?
Mr. Moderator, I move that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $2,726,501 Second.
Moved and seconded by Mary on Article 2 to adopt the school committee's recommendation. Are there questions or comments on Article 2? See none, the motion on Article 2 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation to expend $2,726,501 for regular instruction. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your red cards. Take your hands down, those opposed. Article 2 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 3, see what's on the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for special education. The school committee recommends to expend $940,484 for special education. Warren Finance Committee recommends the same. Is there a motion, Judy?
I move, Mr. Moderator, that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $940,484 for special education. Second.
It's been moved and seconded by Mary to adopt the school committee's recommendations. Are there questions or comments on Article 3? Seeing none, the motion on Article 3 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $484. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Take your hands down. Those opposed. Article 3 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 4, see what's on the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for career and technical education. School committee recommends $0. Warren Finance Committee recommends $0. Just by way of explanation, there's two of these articles. The reason we do these is because the state basically sets up the process where the articles you have to vote on. So obviously in some districts there's expenditures here. In some districts there are not. Judy, you have a motion on Article 4?
Yes, I move that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $0 for career
Been moved and seconded on Article 4 to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $0 for career and technical education. Are there comments or questions on Article 4? Seeing none, the motion on Article 4 is to adopt the article as recommended by the school committee, which is to expend nothing. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your card. Take your hands down. Those opposed. Article 4 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 5, to see what's on the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for other instruction. The school committee recommends to expend $48,735 for other instruction. Warren Finance Committee recommends the same. Judy, your motion.
Yes, I move that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $48,735 for other instruction.
There is a second on Article 5. It's moved and seconded by Mary to adopt Article 5 as recommended by the school committee. Are there comments or questions on Article 5? Yes, sir. You can come up to one of the mics and answer the question, whatever's closer.
What's the definition of other instructions?
Good question. So the question is, what is the definition of other instruction?
It's the co-curricular and extracurricular activities that cover sports, all clubs, exercisers, the youth club, the robotic club, and all the athletic activities.
Additional questions on Article 5? Seeing none, the motion on Article 5 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $48,735. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Taking hands down, those opposed. Article 5 is passed as recommended by the school committee. Article 6, to see what sum the town will authorize the school committee to expend for student and staff support. The school committee recommends to expend $536,529 for student and staff support. Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Judy?
I make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $536,529 for student and staff support.
It's been moved and seconded on Article 6 to adopt the school committee's recommendation. Are there questions or comments on Article 6? Seeing none, the motion on Article 6 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $536,529 for student and staff support. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your card. I think I can tonight. Everybody had a chance to comment on this. I'm getting old. I get mixed up easy. All right, so we're going to vote on Article 6 at this point. All those in favor of Article 6 as recommended by the school committee, please raise your hands. Thank you. Hands down. Article 6 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 7, to see what sum the town will authorize the school committee to expend for system administration. The school committee recommends to expend $199,675 for system administration. Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Is there a motion, Judy?
Yes, I move that we follow the school committee's recommendation to expend $199,675 for system administration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded by Mary that we adopt the school committee's recommendation on Article 7. Are there questions or comments on Article 7? Seeing none, the motion is to adopt Article 7 as recommended by the school committee, which is to expend $199,675 for system administration. All those in favor of the article, please raise your cards. Thank you. Hands down. Those opposed. Article 7 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 8, to see what sum the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for school administration. The school committee recommends to expend $122,095 for school administration. Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Is there a motion, Judy?
Make a motion to accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $122,095 for school administration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded by Mary to adopt the school committee's recommendation on Article 8. Are there questions or comments on Article 8? Seeing none, the motion is to adopt Article 8 as recommended by the school committee, which is to expend $122,095. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Thank you. Hands down those opposed. Article 8 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 9, to see what sum the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for student transportation. The school committee recommends to expend $276,000 for student transportation. The Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Is there a motion, Judy?
I make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $276,000 for student transportation.
Is there a second on Article 9?
Second.
Thanks, Mary. The school committee, it's been moved and seconded on Article 9 to adopt the school committee's recommendation. Are there comments or questions on Article 9? Seeing none, the motion on Article 9 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $276,000 for student transportation. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Thank you. Hands down. Those opposed. Article 9 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 10. See what sum the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for facilities maintenance. The school committee recommends to expend $472,187 for facilities maintenance. Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Judy, is there a motion?
Make a motion to accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $472,187 for facilities maintenance.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adopt Article 10 as recommended by the school committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 10? Seeing none, the motion on Article 10 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $472,187 for facilities maintenance. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your card. Against, down, those opposed. Article 10 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 11, to see what sum the town will vote to authorize the school committee to expend for debt service and other commitments. School committee recommends 0. Warrant Finance Committee agrees, recommendation of 0. Is there a motion, Judy?
Accept the recommendation of school committee to expend $0 for debt service. Second.
Moved and seconded on Article 11 to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend 0 for debt service. Are there questions or comments on Article 11? Seeing none, the motion on Article 11 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend 0 on debt service. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Take your hands down, those opposed. Article 11 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 12, to see what sum the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for all other expenditures, including nutrition. School committee recommends to expend $137,756 for all other expenditures, including nutrition. Warrant Finance Committee recommends the same. Judy, is there a motion?
Make a motion to accept the school committee's recommendation to expend $137,756 for all other expenditures, including nutrition. Second.
Been moved and seconded to adopt Article 12 as recommended by the school committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 12? Seeing none, the motion on Article 12 is to adopt the school committee's recommendation, which is to expend $137,756 for all other expenditures, including nutrition. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your cards. Hands down, those opposed. Article 12 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 13, I'm going to read this, see if I can get it right. Article 13, to see what sum the municipality will appropriate for total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, which is $3,279,903.71. To see what sum the municipality will raise as the municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, $3,087,882.22, in accordance with Maine Revised Statutes, Title 28, Section 15688. The school committee recommends to appropriate $3,279,903.71 for the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, and to raise $3,087,882.22 as the municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. And then it has a little chart here, total combined state and local dollars, I guess, $3,279,903.71, less state subsidy of $192,021.49, and the amount required by state from the town, $3,087,882.22. That's the school committee's recommendation. And the Warrant Finance Committee's recommendation is the same. And then there's an explanation. Unless somebody wants me to read that, I'm not going to read the explanation. Seeing none, I guess we need a motion, Judy, on Article 13.
Rather than reread the whole article
You know,
again,
just-
I'll make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation for Article 13. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt Article 13 as recommended by the school committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 13? Or does anybody want us to reread it? Okay. Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 13 as recommended by the school committee, please raise your cards. Thank you. Hands down. Those opposed? Article 13 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 14. Now, Article 14, this is where we're going to do it by written ballot. So we're going to do the same process, motions there, but in the end, you're going to need to check off the white ballot that you have, yes or no. You're going to need to come on up. Jennifer will have a box up here up front. And you're going to need to bring your red card with you. Otherwise, she's not going to take the ballot. Okay, so here we go with Article 14. To see what sum the municipality will raise and appropriate in additional local funds. The recommended amount is $1,790,058.29. That exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model by, and the recommended amount is $1,718,096.27, as required to fund the budget recommended by the school committee. Additional funds calculation. This is really just information. I don't think it's really part of the budget. It's additional, unless somebody wants us to read down through these. I don't think we're going to. Okay, I think we are ready for the school committee's recommendation. We need to read that. School committee recommends to raise and appropriate $1,790,058.29 for additional local funds, and gives the following reasons for exceeding the state's essential programs and services allocation model by $1,718,096.27. The essential programs and services allocation model does not fully support all the costs of a pre-K through 12 program. These funds support programming not included in the essential programs and services model, including items such as transportation, nutrition, and other essential and support programs. The Warrant and Finance Committee's recommendation is the same. Judy, I need a motion on Article 14.
I make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation for Article 14. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt Article 14 as recommended by the school committee. This is, again, we're going to do this by written ballot. So you have your white piece of paper. Now, it's your chance to mark it yes or no. Bring it up, put it in the box that Jennifer has, along with your red cards. I forgot the discussion. Let's do that after, okay, Mary? Anybody else going to vote? Anybody else going to vote? Here we go. Anybody else need to vote? Anybody else still want to vote? I guess we'll close the voting on Article 14. Okay, Mary reminds me we didn't allow any discussion on Article 14, so if anybody wants to talk about it, it's a very complicated article. We have a new superintendent principal who says he's willing to explain all this to us if anybody wants to know. He's not going to come up unless somebody asks a question. Seeing none? We're in the waiting mode now. 53 yes, 6 no. So Article 14 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 15. So Article 15 summarizes all that we've done so far this evening. Okay, so the numbers are going to be compilations. See what's on the town of Acton will authorize the school committee to expend for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2017, ending June 30th, 2018, from the school department's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act. Non-state funded school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes, under Maine Revised Statutes Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. School committee recommends to expend $5,459,962 for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2017, and ending June 30th, 2018, from the school department's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from grades pre-kindergarten to grade 12. Warren Finance Committee recommends the same. There's an explanation part. Judy, you want to give us a motion on Article 15?
Yes, I recommend that we accept the school committee's recommendation for Article 15.
Been moved and seconded to adopt Article 15 as recommended by the school committee. And I guess the important number there is $5,459,962. Are there questions or comments on Article 15? See none. All those in favor of adopting the school committee's recommendation, please raise your cards. Thank you. Hands down those opposed. Article 15 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 16. 16 through 9, the next three articles essentially authorize expenditures of grants and other receipts. Article 16. Shall the school committee be authorized to expend such other sums as may be received from federal or state grants or programs or other sources during the fiscal year for school purposes, provided that such grants, programs, and other sources do not require the expenditure of other funds not previously appropriated. The school committee recommends to authorize expenditure of grants and other funds as per Article 16. Warren Finance Committee agrees with the same recommendation. Judy, you have a motion on Article 16.
I make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation to authorize expenditure of grants and other funds as per Article 16.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt Article 16 as recommended by the school committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 16? See none. All those in favor of Article 16 as recommended by the school committee, please raise your red cards. Thank you. Hands down those opposed. Article 16 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 17. See if the town of Acton will appropriate the receipt of certain federal and state grants and carry any previous balances for the following special revenue accounts. Title 1A, preschool, small rural school. Title 2A, local entitlement and proficiency-based learning. The school committee recommends to appropriate the receipt of federal and state grant funds per Article 17. Warren Finance Committee recommends the same. Judy, can you make a motion on Article 17?
Make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation to appropriate receipt of federal and state grant funds as per Article 17.
Moved and seconded to adopt the school committee's recommendation on Article 17. Are there questions or comments on Article 17? Seeing none, all those in favor of the school committee's recommendation, please raise your red cards. Keep your hands down, those opposed. Article 17 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 18. See if the town of Acton will appropriate the following revenues, balances carried, and fund transfers to fund the food service budget in addition to amounts raised by taxation for food services in the school operating budget. School nutrition revenues are $80,000. The school committee recommends to appropriate revenues to fund the nutrition budget as per Article 18. Warren Finance Committee recommends the same. We have a motion, Judy, on Article 18.
I make a motion that we accept the school committee's recommendation for Article 18.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt Article 18 as recommended by the school committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 18? Seeing none, the motion is to adopt the school committee's recommendation. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your red card. Thank you. Hands down, those opposed. Article 18 is adopted as recommended by the school committee. Article 19. We're now switching over to out of the school and into the town affairs. Article 19. I'm sure it'll work. To see if the town of Acton will vote to appropriate up to $280,000 for the purpose of purchasing a new ambulance for the Acton Fire Rescue Department. $73,200 to come from the Acton Ambulance Reserve Fund, and up to $206,800 to come from the undesignated fund balance. Board of Selectmen recommend adopt the articles written. Warren Finance Committee recommends adopt the articles written. Do I have a motion? Mr. Williams.
Mr. Moderator, I make a motion to adopt Article 19, the appropriation of $280,000 for the purchase of a new ambulance, up to a figure of $280,000 total as recommended by the Board of Selectmen and the Warren Finance Committee.
It's been moved and seconded on Article 19 to adopt, to essentially appropriate $280,000 for the purpose of purchasing a new ambulance, with $73,200 to come from the Acton Ambulance Reserve Fund and $206,800 to come from undesignated fund balances. These are the recommendations of both the Selectmen and the Warren Finance Committee. Are there questions or comments on Article 19? Seeing none, all those in favor of the article, please raise your red cards. And those opposed. Article 19 is adopted as recommended by both the Selectmen and the Warren Finance Committee. Judy, you have something?
I just wanted to thank all of you for coming out tonight to support the school budget and also the ambulance project, and to thank the Warren Finance Committee for working with us so nicely and closely on the budget. And it was a great budget process this year, and thank you all very much for continuing to support the children of Acton.
Judy, you're going to make a motion to adjourn, right?
And I make a motion that we adjourn.
Mary's going to second. Thank you, Mary. Thank you all for coming. We are adjourned unless somebody objects. Hearing no objection.